Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video and this time I'm back to reacting to Angelina Jordan performing Killing Me Softly, and this was recorded at the 10th of July 2022. Recent off the press. So before I get into it, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified of all my uploads. All right, so let's have a listen. Great dress.
Strumming my pain with its fingers, singing my life with its words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly.
Okay, just before that, I love this intro because it's what we call rubato. It isn't in time, and so she can just stretch all these vocal lines. But you need to have a really sensitive accompanist that is in tune with that. So that's what we call rubato. It's kind of just free time, basically. But I want to get it right before because she may be doing something else.
With his song.
So here she is doing this kind of like R&B version. And look at her, she looks great. She's having so much fun. And yeah, and that "Got in my pain," because the original was more of a ballad. I mean, this has been covered a lot because it's an awesome song. And she has that kind of like a little bit of the riffing, a little bit of the back phrasing. But here's the deal, R&B and jazz are kind of related because they both come from the blues, and it's just a different focus because jazz is more maybe improvisational. You know, we have more scatting and we have that swing beat, do good, do good, do good, and then R&B is not that way. It's got a little more rock edge, but we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and because that's the difference of the grooves between most jazz is swing and straight 8s. So let's keep going.
Nice.
stop just a minute. Angelina is just kind of grooving, which you really need to get that feel and that beat. The body has to move with the rhythm. That's really important in rhythmic music. And I'm just actually blown away by this band too. That guy's got that string bass, kind of got some slap going, keyboard, drummer. These guys are great musicians, and she deserves it. And I think they really enjoy working with her as well. I just can't stop reacting to Angelina. I have to say, I just am fascinated by her career. 16 years old, dominating the stage with adult musicians. It's really fun to see. And what I love about her is she's done so much work doing all these covers for years. There's so many covers, I haven't even covered all of her, reacted to all her covers. But that's the way to do it. You need to practice. Now, there's talent, but talent won't go anywhere unless you practice it. And to be honest, I've had a lot of talented students. Not all of them were disciplined enough to get the skill set to go further. So I've talked about talent before, having a really great ear, having a really unusual voice that has a certain quality, having a great presence on the stage. And that can be all kinds of ways. Some people are more extroverted, some people are more introverted, but not everybody is disciplined. And that's what it takes to go somewhere. You have to be disciplined. And I think there's a lot of myths that people feel like, oh, if you're really, really talented, you're going to get discovered, and then you're going to, be famous forever or something like that. That's like a fairy tale. That doesn't really work. You still have to do the work. You still have to be disciplined. You still have to be consistent. There are a lot of, young singers that actually, they burned out because they weren't disciplined. They didn't have that work ethic, because it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to come easy for you. And I think every artist, even big artists, will say the same. You might be on the top of the world, and then here comes someone else, and you have to keep practicing. And that's one of my focuses. I'm going to do a lot more public speaking about a creative practice. Everybody needs a creative practice. And I like to use the word practice because practicing is something everybody does. Even world-class musicians still practice. They still take out their instruments and they play, and they keep what they call their chops up. That's kind of a slang term. Is like, I'm going to keep this facility. Just because you reach in a place that's professional, it doesn't mean that you can just slack off and go, it's okay. No, everybody practices. Everybody is still working on their game. That's how you do it. And it's really fun to see her just so present, even as was a young child, barefoot. But this is such a classic song. I really love it. It just really tells a lot of storytelling. And I think we've all been there. You listen to a song and then you're like, oh, I think I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry because it's so touching and you really relate to it. And that's why this song is such a great song, and it's a great fit for Angelina. And she took it and made it her own. She had that rubato intro and then definitely that R&B style of singing throughout the song, and it was fabulous. Can't wait to hear more. So if you love Angelina Jordan as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified of all of my uploads. And YouTube isn't always very good about it. When I first was on YouTube, they'd send out emails and stuff, and they don't care anymore. But hopefully you're going to get some notices if you subscribe to me. Let's hope. And also I want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects on Facebook. The first one is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people on how to be successful on YouTube. There is a myth that you just have to upload videos and then all of a sudden you're going to get discovered. That is not true. There are so many things you have to do on the backside of your videos to get a following and get discovered. So that's what I'm teaching in my Facebook group. And I also have some courses that will help you do it all, because I'm that person. I'm really fussy about everything is in place. And then I also have a group called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's for people that are interested in spirituality and creativity, because here's the deal. We are all creative. We all are, because every decision you make, you are creating your life. You might not have thought that. But we are all here to create a world that works for all of us. And when we visualize this beautiful world where everybody has what they need and want without, creepy overlords, then we're going to create that world. All right, take care, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.